As a student, have you ever asked yourself, what is school for? If you think about comparing schools back then to now, most people believe that schools should have some kind of change or advancement. It is like school is stuck in quicksand. Meanwhile, everything else in the world is in fast motion. To follow up with that, I want to change the world by finding a way to change our school system positively to advance it to the next level. There are three main big reasons of what I think is wrong with our school system. To begin with, schools do not pay their teachers enough. Next is how scores should not determine our future. Also, schools should not be teaching some of the stuff they are teaching. Teachers have one of the hardest and most important jobs on the planet. You would think they get paid a decent amount or a good amount, but in this case, all teachers are underpaid. I'll tell you why. Teachers should earn just as much as doctors because doctors can save the life of a kid, but a great teacher can reach the heart of that kid and allow him to truly live. Don't believe me? Believe Adobe News, who states, teachers deserve more pay. Teachers should earn a higher salary. Doing a difficult job such as attempting to properly educate young adults demands a lot of patience and hard work. Teachers are heroes that often get blamed, but they're not the problem. The work the work system that they are given has not very many options or rights. This just goes to show that our teachers deserve better, and it is something that needs to be changed. Next is scores should not determine our future, meaning a GPA shouldn't determine what college we go to. Neither should the ACT or SAT. That's just stupid. Why should we? Why should bubbling in multiple choice determine our future? It shouldn't. In fact, these tests are too crude to be used. But don't take my word for it. Take Frederick J. Kelly, the man who created standardized testing. He stated, in quotations, these tests are too crude to be used and should be abandoned. If we continue down this road and using this, the results will be lethal. This is why scoring should be changed. My final reason why I think our school system is messed up is because they teach us a lot of useless stuff. Nowadays we have subs for class, and they don't even know any of the things about the subject that they're subbing for. Nowadays, so explain to me why we teach our children or students like cookie cutters, giving us this one size fits all. Imagine if a doctor prescribed the same exact medicine to all of his patients, the results would be tragic. This would cause so many of his patients to be sick. Then when it comes to school, it's exactly what's right. I mean, if you think about teaching standing in front of 20 kids, one of each kid having different needs, different strengths, different gifts, and teaching them the same things in the same way, that's horrific. Another question a lot of kids question is, what is school for? I mean, so what? You graduate at the top of your class, and what do you have? A fancy diploma. But aren't we glad we learned about the Pythagorean theorem or how the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell? I mean, it's going to help a lot. No, I'm kidding, because most of the stuff we truthfully won't remember. I know when I get home from school and my mom asks me, what did you learn at school today? Then I say, nothing much. And I'm not being modest, it's just, the problem is I've already forgotten. And it's not just me, it's millions of other students in the world that experience the same thing. School is like a game that we play for grades, to see how many A's we can collect. But what do you expect when the most asked question in class is this going to be on the test? See, if school put learning instead of testing and memorizing as the top standard, the letter F would not stand for failure. It would stand for something else. If school was really into our personal and academic success, the schools would wake up later, have more freedom, and homework a lot less. And that's not my opinion. This conclusion has been scientifically tested and proven. One proof is education reporter Linnell Hancock when she states 93% of Finn's graduates from academic of vocational high schools, 17.5% points higher than the United States, and 66% go on into higher education, the highest in European Union. Yet Finland spends about 30% less per student than the United States. She explains how Finland's school system is a lot more successful than ours. This is because Finland's students get no homework, teachers get paid well, and they have shorter school days, and they focus on collaboration rather than competition. It causes us children to have a lot less stress. This is why their educational system outperforms every other country in the world. See, us students would get more benefit from an hour of sleep rather than putting us through the torture of doing an extra essay or reading 150 pages, doing 1 through 60 worksheet, and 3 projects due by the end of the week. It's terrible because we get so much work, but we don't get taught the time management skills to deal with it. There's no single solution to any of these, but let's get moving because maybe us students are only 20% of our population. We are 100% of our future. So this goes back to what I asked at the beginning. What is school for?